It's not hard to lose weight, actually, but it takes a little bit of discipline. But you have to envision your goal. I think the trick is, like, I actually never had a smoking problem. I never smoked, so I never had a problem with that. What they say is, it's really depending on how you think about yourself. Like smoking, for example. I see so many people that smoke that can't stop smoking. And one of the reasons why they can't stop smoking, in my opinion, but as I said, I was never addicted to smoking, so it's an outside perspective. But just from the outside, it looks like those people, they identify themselves as smokers. So even if they stop smoking, they still identify as smokers. And that kind of makes it hard to actually stop because they're not thinking of themselves as non-smokers. So if you think of a smoker, you're always missing something. You think, I would actually smoke, but I can't because I'm not allowed to now because I want to stop, but I identify as a smoker. And that doesn't work. But if you have a vision of yourself, a different vision as a non-smoker, as a fit person, there's just no space for that in your life. And I think that's really what is required. You just have to think differently of yourself, and that will help. And I think it's the same for weight loss. If you identify as a fit and healthy person, and you see yourself as that, you will become that. Chances are a lot higher. But if you think of yourself as a non-healthy person, it will be much harder because you feel like you're not able to eat whatever you would like to eat. You have to miss things you would enjoy. And otherwise you just don't miss it, or miss it less at least. So I never had a problem to stop. If I'm really like, I want to lose weight, I'm really decide to lose weight, I just do it. And that works quite well. That works quite well. Also with smoking, I never had a problem. Even if I like going out, maybe I smoked an evening going out, next day or weeks after, nothing. Absolutely no desire for that. Never had that kind of addiction. I just didn't identify as being a smoker. And so I don't have a recipe, of course, but I feel like that's a huge part. I never liked smoking. I actually got my dad to stop smoking. That's amazing, 𝗀𝗚. Yeah, make him stop smoking. You know, my dad, he was a heavy smoker. Like, since he was 18 years old, he smoked. At least one package a day, I think sometimes more. And he died at like, what was it? 60... now I have to calculate. 68 maybe. Very early actually. Of cancer, of course. I mean, it's a good thing if you support your dad to stop smoking. I quit vapes as well. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't see the point in vapes. I don't know. Why would you vape? I don't know. And they say it's not even healthy because that the lungs are not made to have that vapor inside, the water. You get water into your lungs, and it's certainly not healthy. Smoking is certainly not healthy. Do you guys know that in the 50s or 60s, they advertised smoking with saying it's healthy? There are actually those posters saying smoke because it's healthy. And your doctor recommends to smoke, stuff like that. That's crazy. We can't imagine that today. As I said, better never start than you don't have to stop. The thing is, the worst part of addiction is thinking you can control it after having overcome it before. Yeah, that's true. It's very hard. I know some people that stopped smoking. People that stopped smoking, they really have a problem afterwards because whenever they feel like they can control it, as 𝗀𝗚 says. They feel like, yeah, they overcame it before, so they can control it. And then they smoke once, and then they're totally back. Like, it's a situation drug. It's not a physical drug. It's a situation drug. So when you're together with friends that smoke, you're gonna smoke. And so that's really what makes it so difficult. My grandpa stopped smoking and lived to 81. The thing is, by the way, Pikachu, my grandfather, he also stopped smoking at like 65. 65. First he smoked cigarettes because that was just normal at the time. Like everybody smoked. Our living room was a huge cloud of smoke. It's terrible if you think of it. And my grandfather, he smoked cigarettes, and then I think like at 60 or so, he started smoking cigars instead, and then like at 65, I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but he was already like old. He stopped smoking totally. And he lived to, guess it, guess what? He stopped smoking when he was retired entirely. We used to give him cigars for birthday. Really, I remember that. Giving him cigars for birthday. That was the gift. But he stopped. And he lived to 93. 93. Don't start. That's the best advice. Don't start. How to stop smoking. I just think physical addiction isn't as big as situation addiction. Like I heard that the physical addiction of nicotine is gone like, it just takes a few days. It's very short. And then it's more of a situation addiction. You gotta replace it with something. Because otherwise there is situations where you talk, where you used to have a cigarette, and you need to replace it with something, because otherwise you will always feel like you're missing out something. So maybe because my father was a heavy smoker, I was really never tempted to really start smoking, because it was horrible. I mean, our living room was full of smoke usually when I came home from school. That was normal. When we had guests, they were in the kitchen smoking. There was a big cloud of smoke in the kitchen. That was normal. And when we drove to holidays or vacation in the car, my dad was smoking in the car. And we were ill because of the smoke. And we took medication for illness. I mean, isn't that a horrible thought? That's how normal smoking was. So like it was not normal that you're ill because of the smoke. Crazy. The best thing is really never to start. So guys, I really have to end, even though I really love this talk here. Thanks everyone, and have a good night. Good night.